This is your weekend market review for Saturday, August 30th, 2025. Let's go. Hey everyone, this is my channel to help investors and traders develop a probability-based mindset to succeed. Also try and keep friends informed of what's going on in the markets and the economy, and also a little real estate content as well. This is Dan Max at XP Realty, aka the Trading Agent. This is your weekend market review, Saturday, August 30th, 2025. Hopefully you're having another great week. Absolutely killing it in the markets. Hopefully you are as well. Again, as we go into next week, we have the jobs data, but also enjoy the long weekend. Happy holidays, happy Labor Day weekend. Take a break, get some space from the market, get some space, recharge, knowing that next week there's some economic data and it's not a very big earnings week. So it probably will be predicated on the Friday jobs number. Over the weekend, talked about the courts are going to overturn Trump's tariffs, yada, yada, a bunch of, I don't think it matters. Honestly, again, whatever the battle is, that headline, whatever it was, will get absorbed in like 3 seconds. At this point, I don't think anything is going to change based on that headline again. So be careful worrying about headlines so much as what's really like the chart and the setup. Because again, the economic data just continues to get worse. Reading, you see where the PCE is holding up. You see how the producer price index has been holding up. I mean, it's very obvious to me the Feds are in a pickle. Right? They need the market to collapse. I don't know, maybe collapse, pull back, whatever, 5, 10, 15%. I don't know the right number. But they need some sort of justification because, again, it's hard to cut rates at all-time highs while inflation is still trending above their comfortable levels. Right now, it's not less than 2% at all. So knowing that, I would just do yourself a huge favor and be very careful because I think there's a lot of people out there who are trying to just go short or just go long. And I think that's where it's been nice is, again, as we talked about, the leadership. Like if you go look at the leading sectors this year, it's gold and materials by a mile. And that's what we've been talking about. And small caps actually off the lows have been amazing. So, and then knowing that, I mean, have some longs, have some shorts if you want. Or again, make sure you're not holding on to old leadership that's not leading. So again, if you're new to the channel, check out the Discord room, link description below. I appreciate all the love, support, generous donations. Again, posting stuff, also doing the I don't even like the word coach because I think coach is a shitty term. Like I'm not coaching people. What we're doing is consulting, helping people understand themselves, not telling them what they need to do, because that's the empowerment. I think the old paradigms of coaching or whatever therapy are just bullshit. They don't really change anything. So what we do is help people identify their patterns, their problems, and how it affects them and how it plays out in their life so that they can be the master themselves. So got another article just posted. If you get a chance, check it out, scorpionalchemy.com. Also, Calendly, if you'd like to chat, take 30 minutes. Let's connect. Yeah, there's another blog post. Here they all are right now for now. But again, scorpionalchemy.com. Also, follow Twitter, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell for Twitter, YouTube, posting tons of stuff, Trading Agent. Again, always posting what I see and what I think. But again, if you want the deepest connection to this information material, again, for education purposes, check out, again, the Discord room, my website, or hit me up. Let's figure something out. Again, like, subscribe, notification bell. I appreciate it. If you want to hit the thanks button, I appreciate it. Because again, people are like, why aren't you doing videos every day? It's like, well, at this point, why would I do videos every day? It's for myself, ultimately, is the review that I'm doing. But the thing that I think people don't recognize is taking 2 hours of my time every day to do a video where it only gets so much traction. Because again, I'm not here to like crank up the algorithm and get a bunch of like people who are desperate looking for money trading, right? Like there's no get rich scheme here. This isn't sexy. This isn't flashy. This is the Tim Duncan of the NBA kind of like material. It's like boring and repetitive and easy. Guys just gonna go out for 28 and 10 every night, and that's what our goal is, to just Hall of Fame status without flash. So yeah, if you have questions, don't hesitate to reach out, tradingagent.com. All the videos, all the insights, thoughts, questions. So again, if you do want to connect, it's on you. Reach out. So we know the fear and greed index was, I think it was at 64 to start Friday, and it still closed around there. So we're still in the greed category. And again, I don't really care about anything other than extremes, right? When we were down at 2 or whatever it was not too long ago. I mean, where were we at? Oh, it doesn't show it. Oh, no, it doesn't show it. But anyway, point being is, it looks like we are blowing off, though. Some of the breath isn't confirming that the market makes new highs. But anyway, just keep an eye on it. We know the Feds have their next meeting the 17th. Ironically, like right Wednesday of options expiration. As of right now, it's kind of facilitating in the 70 to 80% range of a cut. I personally don't really care. I mean, it's priced in. Everyone knows it's coming. It's like it's almost like the Austin Powers scenes where the guy with the steamroller is coming and they're like, ah, and it's literally going 1 mile an hour and they're 30 yards away. Like everyone knows this is coming. So it's not a surprise. It's baked in because again, the bond market already knows it. We'll get there in a second. So Bitcoin, I want to talk about this for just a second because I as a person who's traded gold, and again, like if you have the emotions about the asset you're trading, then you're really ignoring what's happening. And like gold, we talked about like leaving it alone for so long after the big up move because it was in a trading range. Well, here's the thing, right? Like you have to just trade what you see, not what you want. And Bitcoin, as we talked about, like there was no fucking volume on the breakout. I'm sorry. I've been trading for so long and it's all repeating patterns. Like when you break out, you want volume, right? When you break out, you want volume, right? When you break out of ranges. I mean, let's not go too far back, but point being is that we didn't have it. I said, please be on red alert. And then we showed bigger red bars at the highs. Well, guess what? It's pulling back. As we talked about, if you bought the breakout, you set your stops where it broke out. And at this point, I don't know. But it just looks like it's choppy and sloppy, and I wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot bat. Pole, whatever. In my opinion, Bitcoin doesn't look right. It's not acting well. Again, market's up near new highs. This is making what? Lower lows off the highs, diverging. Oil. Again, as we talked about, I don't think there's much downside here. If you go zoom out, this is like a 15-year range low. We'll stay here until we don't. At this point, I think it should. Nat Gas talked about it. I like Nat Gas. Started playing some gas and oil names. Again, I don't think there's much downside. Again, if gold's leading the cycle, oil and gas are about to go. We talked about Nat Gas. If you bought it last week and you're in the Discord room, leave a comment below. High five to you. Because again, I mean, not to say that it can't go lower, but it's like, man, you're at places where the risk reward is in your favor. This thing goes from $4.20 down to $2.60 in a matter of 3 months. At worst, it's a bounce. So keep it simple, stupid. You're welcome. Again, leave a comment below if you're nailing it. Because I know some folks who hit me up and I am just tickled happy to hear how well you guys are doing. Some of y'all just don't even know what you're, I don't know. I don't hear much other than when you're complaining about your positions or your mistakes or again, losing trade. Like everybody loses. Oh my God. It's like, dude, how are you doing? You're winning. What are you doing? Again, just like you learn from your losses, learn from your wins. What are you doing in the repeating patterns? Dollars we talked about, stuck nowhere, right? TLT, same thing, right? Bonds have gone nowhere. I mean, this projected first rate cut from September, I feel like we've been talking about it since, I don't know, May, April? Anyone surprised? No, bonds have gone nowhere. So at this point, just that's what we talked about. Like the trade looks really boring. Buy the range of lows, great. If you don't, just wait. I mean, there's a big downtrend there. VIX, as we talked about, due to bounce. Every time it hits the low end of the trend bound, oh, there you go. There we go. Now, is this going to be the big kahuna? I don't know. Again, I still think the market could do a 5% pullback and be fine. VIX, as we talked about, typically bottoms first. Looks like it bottomed like that fucking WickLex on last Friday. That was pretty nutty on option expiration. So just keep an eye on it. Again, I'm not seeing anything, so I'm just relaying it. Spy guy, hey guy. Hey guy. Makes new highs, right? Pointing this out in the Discord room. New highs, right? Cool, looks great. Everything's fine. Okay, we'll see what happens here. The 8 and 10 day are crucial, right? This thing is up 4% off the lows. Pretty impressive move. Now, again, this is where we're going to start seeing the problems. Qs. What are you noticing? QQQ, not new highs. Hello? Hello? I mean, it might even be. And again, I don't know if it's going to be an absolute disaster here, pullback, but it's like the risk reward is not up. So again, doesn't mean you have to short, but money flow is not confirming. Nothing's confirming this action. And again, what do you want to short? The laggards. Laggards. This is lagging. That's why I like tech. I've talked about this endlessly. I don't want to short the IWMs. We talked about small caps. I think have the most upside over time. To go zoom out, they've been going nowhere for almost, seems like, I don't know what, 2020. So here we go. They've been doing better. Doesn't say they can't pull back, but we like small caps. If you're going to invest in, again, this is where I'm telling folks, if you have only choices between small, large, and mid cap, I'd go mid, small. Do not go large or mega cap. You are investing looking backwards if you do that. Personally, that's my opinion. I'm sticking to it. So anyway, on that note, let's get into, again, I don't care. Gold. You're welcome. I've been saying this for what seems like months, which I have. Let it play out. Now, do you want to break out? Okay, we're getting above average volume. Go for it. Tight stops, easy. Again, I try to say, like, you could trade the extremes, but the fucking easy trade, man, is just to wait. Or you play the bottom, right? It's now or never right here, right? And if it backs off, then again, it goes right back in the trading range and you go, well, fuck, it just didn't go. Look, it's done. That's done that almost like 4 times. Silver. But here's the thing, right? We like when silver is playing with them. Look at silver, folks. Silver got fucking game. Talked about the miners holding up really damn well, especially the ETFs. That's what you want to see, right? And then we talked about it. Like, I mean, people are like, oh, you've been bearish. I've been neutral. I'm like, I've said this, and I've been repeating like a broken record. No matter what I said in the short term, I've always said a year from now, 2 years from now, you're probably not going to give a shit. But if you're trading it, that's different. And we talked about the pullback, and then it's continued higher. I mean, at this point, money doesn't get destroyed, right? So if people are dumping tech stocks, where are they going to go? Right? That's what we talked about, the theme of materials. AEM looking fucking golden. AG kind of shitty, but all right. You've got a reference here, right? I'd be watching 9s plus. If we're going to go, it could start a whole nother run where it pops $2 or $3. Right? Needs to get over this 9er level. 9er. Good old 9er. So keep an eye on it, right? Newmont, we talked about, like, once it got over like that 58 area, it's just been cooking, right? Sneaky. Nobody's talking about it. Perfect. Even better. Pass. Right? Looking good. Do you see my point here? Again, never said go out and short miners, but said when the trade is ready, it's ready. And again, if you've held miners, you've done well. We've talked about it, right? They're one of the leading sectors this year. So again, not to say you should short. When we talk about references, I like pullbacks, right? Because this is the thing. Like, look at all these miners, then look at gold. Well, now gold is looking like it's going to break out, and here comes the volume. Then you know what you got to do. You buy it. And again, this is all education purposes. This is repeating patterns. You talk to your financial advisor. You pull the trigger. You set your stop at your entry, and you go, all right, if it's meant to go, it goes. But this is what you want to see. You go up, and then you consolidate. High and tight is bullish. Let's get into the tech sector, which I think has got issues. Taiwan Semi making lower highs as the market makes new highs and then pulls back harder on Friday. Do you see the divergence that's showing up in tech? Micron, same thing, lower high since June. Outside reversal bar, you bet your ass. Like, look at this. I'm like sitting here drooling, man. You could maybe pull trigger on any of these fucking names. AMD. Again, it's not ironic that at the highs, the only people screaming that this is going to 200, 300, 500,000 are the dumbest people in the market. And dumbest mean just like the average retail player that goes, well, I didn't buy it at 80, but I bought it at 180, so I got to go out there and tell everybody it's going to 500. Look at the money flow. Nothing. That's distribution at the highs. Now, again, it doesn't always have to turn over in one day, but fuck me. Again, watch what happens here. If it fails, again, I think AMD I prefer probably over, say, like NVIDIA and some of the other big ones. But watching, right? Again, I don't know if I'm short. NVIDIA to me is the obvious short. I've said this. I think its market cap valuation, it's the 4th largest country's economy in the world. Like, their market value is worth more than Germany, worth more than Japan, worth more than everything in Europe, basically. Is this sustainable? You tell me. Again, I caught that short and then just tried and then been watching. And we talked about this bar being up at the top, but look at the money flow. Okay, and here's the thing, right? The divergence. So it's like, this is what's giving me more confidence in this, right? If the market's making new highs and the QQQ and your favorite name, like NVIDIA is not, red alert. Right? We've seen all these names gap down on earnings, right? SMCI, same thing. They look like ugly. Intel again. Trump's trying to pull a deal here again. I've said this. I don't think they have any inherent value. I've said this for like a year. It's a charity thing. And look at it. Oh, the U.S. government's buying 10% of the company or whatever they did. I can't remember. Something of that nature. Okay, great. Well, you got to get over this 27 area for it really go. AVGO, right? We talked about a lot of these names. They're starting to make lower highs. And this is where we saw the SMH. And I said, this is either being a megaphone pattern at the top or this is about to get drug. And what I said on the Discord room, every big down red day has been had a follow through down. Again, market making new highs, and this thing ain't. Telling you something. Adobe. Man, I like these shorts. But again, you got to pick and choose your places. Adobe's kind of going nowhere. Applesauce. Said to folks, I mean, is it worth watching up here? Right? Not anywhere close. Nowhere close to all-time highs. Do we agree? Is it that clear? 260s, 230s. I would watch how it acts here. Just keep it simple, stupid, right? Good old Amazon. Bezos can't sell fast enough. We're making lower highs. Meta, this is one that I am short. I told you guys why. Makes sense. Look at this. Blow off top. Lagging. You say here's the blow off top. Here's the bull trap. There's the professional gap. But then it goes nowhere for a couple days. And this is where it gets real funny to me because I'm like, this is where if this is a 10-minute chart and you shorted the highs, you wouldn't give 2 fucks. But since it's a daily chart, oh my God. Oh my, it's not happening today. Oh my God, it's not going to happen. Oh, it's not happening today. Okay. All right. Well, we'll see what happens here. Watch the 50-day. I mean, this is why I have the zone here tagged. Keep an eye on this. Right, short by the Med 2. I think I've got shorts all the way from 49, 48, 50. I don't know, somewhere up in this range. Keep an eye on it. CRM. This one was kind of beaten to a pulp. Okay, well, it goes from what? Again, notice who's not leading anymore. This thing goes from 370 down to 230, and it's barely bouncing. But I mean, again, I wouldn't short the ones at the lows. Google has been holding up really well, back testing a trend line. Again, this is one where it's showing strength, so I don't know if I would short this. I mean, Apple to me looks like a better short, right? Meta, after making lower highs. Microsoft here, right? This looks like a better short in my opinion. NDAQ, we talked about this, blow off. Looks like a better short here. MicroStrategy, we've said this thing looks like shit. Bitcoin's going to the moon. Michael Saylor's probably getting pinched, and you know who's going to pinch him? BlackRock and all these fuckers. They're shorting the stock knowing that at some point he's going to have to capitulate Bitcoin itself, and it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Just like when they could work and manipulate it upside, you don't, I mean, if you've read Reminiscence of a Stock Operator, this might be the most obvious, easiest counter trade. Retail's all long. Big boys can move markets. Why not just press Saylor to have to capitulate? You short the highs and get them to capitulate. Oh, God, it's such an easy trade. I feel bad for people who are just blind to this shit. Netflix, again, lagging. Roblox, ever since the more PETA stuff, I mean, it gets a bounce, but that candle says goodbye. Not a goodbye, but like goodbye for a while. And again, worst case scenario, when you see a top like this, like MicroStrategy, it just went nowhere forever. It's the same thing with gold. Like this stock goes from 50 to $1.50 plus. Let it digest. Unless they're getting bought out, it's going to go nowhere. CrowdStrike, again, I like cybersecurity names, but I got nothing. I don't want to go long tech. I just don't. I mean, again, I think cybersecurity probably is better. And W, again, I like these names, but not touching them. Tesla, people are like, you should buy Tesla. I'm like, are you fucking high? Oh, it's for the long run. Okay, well then wait for a pullback. Like the market's making new highs and these names are lagging. Do you not see this? Look, compared to December 2024 to right now where Tesla is. Is this leading or is this lagging? It's lagging. It's a simple damn question, but nobody wants to answer it. Let's keep going. Palantir. Now this is, again, we're red flags with the market, right? This thing has been on fire. Better hold the 50-day. Right? Like, just don't overthink this stuff, man. Like, if it's gone up big, at some point, your gains aren't real until realized. Insight, we told you guys in the 50s this is a buyout target. Nice bounce. Hasn't even gotten bought out yet. Looking good. HIMS. Every day, the people who scream this thing is the winner. It's not. Nothing they do is not duplicable. Trading stock. That's all I said. Like, again, if you want to hold it for a go right ahead. But to me, it's a trading vehicle. We talked about it has great trading ranges. Look at this. Boom, 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 bing, ping pong. Baba, after after Friday, announces, hey, we're going to basically supply China with the chips very similar to NVIDIA. Do you think these guys can rip? I mean, China can just rip anyone off. That stock says, uh-oh, NVIDIA. And not just NVIDIA. It's all U.S. chip companies. We talked about liking Baba. Yeah. There you go. Nice bounce. And then it chopped, and look at that, dude. Like that. I don't know why I wouldn't go back towards the highs. I mean, Baba looks, dude. If they have it and this follows through, I wouldn't be surprised. It just takes on all that money. Keep an eye on it. Again, I don't know if I'd go chasing it, but I'd be watching it. McDonald's, we talked about this one's been choppy, sloppy mess. Starbucks, another one. After we talked about the bounce, it's gone sideways, right? Airbnb, chopping. Coin, right? This thing, like, look at the crypto blow off. Wow. DKNG, we've talked about. I like the short up here. I do a lot. Keep an eye on it, right? Because again, I think you're going, you know, buy the rumor, sell the news. Well, what the news is football season started. Keep an eye. There's a lot of competition in betting. Oh my God. Costco, again, we talked about after a huge move. If you go zoom out, I mean, not surprised. It's just consolidating. FedEx, I mean, again, if these names, like what's going on with shippers, they're not really looking so hot, right? Financials, we talked about they got to peak first. Okay, well, keep an eye on it because I was thinking to myself, I didn't add it, but look, I mean, you've got the megaphone top. Now, again, I'm not advising shorting financials, but I'd be watching them to see how they act because again, they could go sideways. SoFi, again, we talked about. I like SoFi on pullbacks. Same thing as Hood, right? Like we talked about these names, they look a little sluggish. JP Morgan. If you're shorting up here, okay. Again, I mean, to me, it's not the easier shorts, but if the market pulls back, then they will pull back. So, I mean, if you want to take them, they make sense here. Or you just go to what's easy, right? What's lagging the market is the easiest. Goldman Sachs, like again, a lot of these names are holding up pretty well. KRE, we talked about, right? Nice, holding up, getting a little tired up here. Just again, worth a watch. XBI, that's the thing. If you're shorting the whole market, it's probably not as easy as shorting the laggards. Or picking your names wisely and trading around them, right? XBI, we talked about this bouncing. I'm just kind of drilling through it. United Healthcare, again, Buffett bought it in the at 400s or something. Everyone loves the stock. I think they've got more problems to come. Doesn't mean it can't go higher, but I think it's kind of a dead stock. And again, you have to trade the extremes, right? XHB housing got a bounce, but now it's starting to lag, in my opinion. I'd be watching it. I mean, I don't trust housing at all. I mean, I'm look at EXPI, like right and here's like my company stock. Keep an eye on it. So anyway, let's get into some of the other material names. This is where it gets more fun, in my opinion. XLB, as we talked about, holding up really well, coming off the lows. Dow, this thing got throttled, back tested old trend line into bouncing. I know people want to buy the stock, but man, he goes from 20 to 25. That's a big move. I'd be watching the 20-day. I would not chase these names. CE, we talked about, got hammered, but people, again, their forecasts were interesting to me. We talked about that gap down in volume. Again, another name that I'd be waiting for to pull back, but looks good. Caterpillar, right? A lot of these names have been holding up pretty well, but man, that's a lower high. DE, right? I know there's some international crap going on. Some of these machinery names, I'd be a little careful on because they have been holding up really well. Nucor, we talked about it. Even Buffett's buying this one, right? We like steel. We like materials. If you can drop it on your foot, I like it for the most part. IIN is another one we talked about, right? I wouldn't be surprised though if it goes into a consolidation mode, but I'd be watching the 34 area. VALE, again, I like VALE a lot, right? Coming off the lows, chopping around, trade it as you must. Again, these are names, again, some of these material names, like I would just, if you got in where we recommended, trade around them, but also I don't think, I wouldn't be trying to sell all the pops because they really haven't even started the moves. Good old Arrow looks real interesting to me. Again, if you bought that dip, looking good. I should like Arrow for a trade too, that breakout. FQVLF, look at this, breaking of the trend line. SCO, I know people who bought the copper names. I bought some of them too. Look great, right? FCX, if you bought it at that 38 level, you're feeling pretty fucking randy. URNJ, again, we like nuke names. It's the same thing. little doji up here. I mean, think about it. If you bought this damn little lows we talked about, just, I mean, they're trending up, making higher highs, higher lows, right? Oklo, same kind of thing. I mean, talked about buying in the 60s. You got the bounce. Now what? Be careful, please. Please be careful. Because again, I mean, not to say that Oklo can't go higher, but just keep an eye on it, okay? Just keep an eye on it. Because in my opinion, when you look at Oklo, it's had some monster moves. So just keep an eye on it. Again, on pullbacks, looks good. CCJ, we talked about, again, we like the nuke names. Let's let them pull back. So keep an eye on CCJ. It's had some monster runs. CF, again, we like the ag names on pullbacks, right? Worth a watch. Mosaic, chopping around. Talked about it dropping on earnings. Again, a lot of these names have come off the base, right? So just watch NTR, another one, right? All these names, put them in your basket of watch. SQM, we talked about when buying this one on the dip on earnings, came right back. Near term, not surprised if it gets stuck here a little bit, but again, if you bought this in the low 30s, like we recommended and traded around it, there are lithium shortage potentials coming, so just keep an eye on it. AA, again, we like aluminum. This one's a choppier mess, but it kind of looks okay. I'd be watching some of these level. Calu, right? Keep an eye on this stuff, right? You got the levels. MP, rare earth metals is a big deal. This has had a big move, so I don't know if I'd go chasing, but worth a watch. REMX, keep an eye on it, right? Like this is the actual ETF of all those names. I like it way better than MP at this price. Not that MP can't go higher. I just think it's had a big move, and so the whole sector in itself is probably catching up. TMC, I know some people looking at this one. I don't know. Keep an eye on it. Cliff, we like Cliff, right? Keep an eye on this one. These things are all holding up pretty well. Solar, this is where it gets interesting because we know China's ramping up. We talked about some things, and then Trump made some exemptions. It's all over the place. Again, I like First Solar the best. This looks pretty solid, though, in my opinion. Sedge, I'm not a big fan of ENPH, but Sedge starting to build ENPH. All right, this thing sucks, in my opinion. First Solar is a good trading avenue. Like, it moves big. Looks like a nice uptrend. So keep an eye on it. HYG. I was just thinking to myself, you can trade the First Solar uptrend pretty good. Corporate debt holding up. I mean, just is what it is. So keep an eye on it. Let's end it with the oil and gas names, right? Oil, nice little bounce. Again, I don't like the UNG, but I mean, I think natural gas is bouncing, so you play it how you want. We talked about shorting KOLD. Got stopped out, said probably 40, 41. I think the exact high was, survey says, 41, basically. So I like it, right? XOP, like keep an eye on this stuff, right? Breaking the downtrends. That's why I bought XOP. No, I didn't buy XOP, but I bought oil and gas names. Like breaking downtrends in this market, cool, worth the watch. Now, again, it could pull back with the market, but it's just, I mean, it looks strong. MPC, again, we talked about the gasoline names, typically lead up. Nice bounce, right? Valero, right? Worth the watch. Back near the highs. ExxonMobil starting to catch a little. You know what, right? Like, it looks pretty strong. BP, as we said, is going to get bought out by Shell. Look at these just building, breaking downtrends. Occidental, Uncle Warren. We bought this one on the breakout. I told folks around that 44 level, I was like, all right, it's breaking the downtrend. Keep it simple, stupid. Again, like as the market goes higher, even Friday, like these things are barely, I mean, market's down, what? Anywhere between 0.5%, 0.6%. These guys are up. Devon Energy, right? We talked about buying these names on the pullbacks. Apache, right? Talked about this one, buying it at 18. Congratulations. Lyondell Bay, some of these chemical names, right? Bought those dips. CVE, if you bought this one around 12 on the pullbacks, man, look at this. 12, 13, still cooking. LNG, again, I bought some natural gas names because it's like, I didn't buy LNG, but I bought EQT this week. I'm like, all right, I'll buy it on the 200-day, see what happens. Fucking tight stops. You see how simple this is? Last but not least, Flex LNG, right? Natural gas has been pulling back. Looks like, I'm telling you, I think we'll be natural gas exporters. So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. Always here to help. I mean, this is not easy. I get it. So let me know what you need. If you like to connect, don't hesitate to reach out. Appreciate you guys. Have a wonderful weekend. Happy holidays. Be safe out there. And if you need some mental help with the trading mindset, again, that's kind of the whole purpose of all of this. Like, trading isn't hard. It's executing that people struggle with. All right. Have a wonderful weekend. Talk to you soon. Hey, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, stop by the Discord room. A link is in the description below. Also, if you'd like to help support more free content, the PayPal link is in the description as well. I appreciate your continued support of the channel.